Valley Club, throughout the life cycle of Marvel Strike Force, building 10 searching teams could get you through the majority of the content in the game. Well, today is no different, and in this video, we're going to talk about the 10 teams that you need to win in Marvel Strike Force today. If you're going for a minimalist approach, these are the teams to build, and if you're ready to see which teams to build, which teams to avoid, then you need to do Valley Club. Find that like button, and let's go smash it! And welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel. I am ValleyFlyin. Hope you're having a great day. Hope your holiday season is going well. In this video, we're going to talk about the only 10 teams that you need to win in Marvel Strike Force. To get through the majority of the content, these are the teams you need, and if you do get some value from this video, leave it a like, hit that subscribe button, and ring that notification bell for even more Marvel Strike Force content. At least 5 Marvel Strike Force videos every single week on the channel. Well, let's go into the game and talk about some characters that are not really on any team. These are some of the best characters in the game, the mythic characters. They're not really on a team. They work in a lot of different teams, a lot of different hybrid teams. Include Odin, Mephisto, Apocalypse, Super Skrull. Some of the best characters in the game right now. Also on that list, Ultimus, Dormammu. Kestrel, not really needed for much unless you don't have the Astral team in a really competitive battle world. And Doom is a use case character, particularly use case. Ultron, not really needed nowadays. But let's start with the first team on the list. And in my opinion, this is the most valuable team on this list is the Annihilators. And I'm not talking about the full Annihilator team. Don't really need Ultimus. He is a good character in searching situations in war, searching situations in Cosmic Crucible, but not really needed in an arena. And Silver Surfer doesn't really have a home. But I'm talking about the Annihilators. I'm talking about Gladiator, Gore, and Endgame Thanos. These are arena characters, and in my opinion, arena is the most valuable game mode in Marvel Strike Force. This is the game mode that awards the premium currency of the game, the power core. So, in my opinion, this is the team to build for arena. Now, you're going to need some other mythic characters in there. Some combination of Apocalypse, Mephisto, maybe Odin if you have them. If you don't have them, full Annihilator team works very well in arena. But if you do have some of these mythic characters or going against some of these mythic characters, such as Apocalypse, Odin, Mephisto, you do need to do some hybrid teams to get through arena, but Annihilators are a great place to start. This is one of the most important teams in the game, in my opinion. And moving on from arena to the raids, which in my opinion is the next most valuable game mode, because this is something that you need to do every single day. Stronger your raid teams are, the more ability you have to sim these raids and takes less time in the game. In my opinion, the top raid team right now is the Spider Society. Not only are they great in the raids, they're very, very good in Cosmic Crucible, very good in war as well. So Spider Society gets that nod. Now, Peter B, Penny, and Spider-Man Bob are the MVPs of this team. If you're using them in Cosmic Crucible or war, you might be replacing Ghost Spider or Spider Noir depending on the matchup, especially if you're using them on offense. And this is a great team for Dark Dimension. You take them into the city sections of all the way to Dark Dimension 7, full auto, actually even Dark Dimension 8 now that I think about it, full auto with the Spider Society. So they're going to give you a lot of value in multiple game modes in Marvel Strike Force. So my opinion, second most valuable team right now. And sticking with the raids, moving on to the next most valuable raid team in my opinion is the Nightstalkers. Obviously, all of these teams, you need them for the raids, either the Orchis or the Spotlight raids. But the reason I give the Nightstalkers a nod above some of the other teams, they can counter some of these other teams in War and Cosmic Crucible, especially the Orchis team. It is a blowout when you have the Nightstalkers facing the Orchis. The Nightstalkers totally demolish them. The stars of this team are Blade, Agatha with her rework, surprisingly, and Oath. And once more people get red stars on Oath, more gold stars on Oath, and potentially diamonds on Oath, you're going to see her in a lot of different places. Mainly War and Cosmic Crucible, potentially Battle World as well, or any towers that we have down the road. But yeah, Blade is the big star of this team, but surprisingly not one of the new characters. The reworked Agatha Harkness is the other star. Huge damage, she has a stun, and she has some extra pings as well. But yeah, this is a solid team for the raids and Cosmic Crucible, War, and maybe even Battle World as well. Next raid team on the list is the Orchis team. If you're doing the Orchis raids, you do need the Orchis team for that tech section. Very tough without them. The Pegasus, the older raid team that was in that slot, doesn't work very well. And we got some stars on this team. Lady Deathstrike is a huge star. Scientist Supreme is a huge star, while on this team is not as very good outside the Orchis team because the effects that she places on this team. But we got some huge bots with Sentinel, lots of minions, lots of extra minions, huge damage from Nimrod, and lots of damage and extra pings from Omega Sentinel. This team, again, like the previous teams, you need them for the raids, but They are good in Cosmic Crucible, and this upcoming season of War, there's going to be some bonuses for the Orchis team, especially when using them on defense. There's going to be some rooms that give some tech bonuses as well. So these guys may have their value increasing in War, but as far as Cosmic Crucible right now, they're still countered. You place them on defense very easily by the Nightstalkers. So yeah, they're very, very good in the raids, but little under the Nightstalkers, but still above some of these other raid teams that we're going to mention. The next team that is needed for the raids, this is for the spotlight raids, not necessarily the Orchis raids, is the Alpha Flight team. And the Alpha Flight does double duty. They are a strong war defensive team. So there's probably going to still get the nod, even with only 8 rooms coming to the next season of War. But Northstar is a huge counter. He takes off revive once. Guardian gives offense up to characters. Sasquatch is one of the better pre-tanks in the game. Wolverine and Sunfire kind of fall off, but these 3 newer characters do have a lot of use, not just in the raids, but outside the raids as well. Every week or so, I'm using some Northstar in some kind of counter, at least once a week. Guardian once in a while as well. So these guys have some value in Cosmic Crucible as well, but War defense, these guys are very, very tough. Sunfire usually gets replaced by Super Scroll, but even with Super Scroll on this team, very easily beaten by the Mercs for money in War. But you're going to need them for the spotlight raids, especially if your alliance is running these. Now, you may not need them for every person in the alliance. If you have a alliance mate, a lane mate that already has them built up, you may skip these and move on to one of the other teams that we're going to mention. Another raid team that you're going to need is the X-Treme X-Men, needed in the Orchis raids right now. But unlike some of these other teams, once we get a new raid, the X-Treme X-Men probably is going to be replaced. Now, they do still have some value defensively in Cosmic Crucible and in War, and you can use them in the Dark Dimensions. I took them both into Dark Dimension 7 and 8 for the global sections, and they did pretty good. And I'm talking more about Nightcrawler, Gambit, Sunspot, and Forge. You can leave out Cyclops, and sometimes even in the raids, take out Cyclops and put in Old Man Logan instead for that sim. So you may want to skip Cyclops if you don't have the resources, but Nightcrawler, Gambit, Sunspot, Forge right now do have some value, but be warned, they're probably going to be replaced as soon as the next raid team, or as soon as the next raid is revealed. So there's probably going to be another X-Men mutant type team that is coming, and they're going to be replacing these guys. So they're valuable right now. You can use them in Dark Dimension. They'll give you some defensive value in Cosmic Crucible and War, but yeah, don't build too much of them, because I do think they're going to replace sometime early next year. And final raid team that you definitely need is the Hive-Mind team, but like the X-Treme X-Men, we're probably going to replace as soon as we get a new raid. So be warned of how much investment you put into this team. Now, they're not going to give you as much value on defense in War or in Cosmic Crucible. And I did not take these guys into Dark Dimension. I don't think they perform very, very well in Dark Dimension, but you need them for the raids right now, which is why I think you need to build them. Now, the only characters that you may be getting some value after they're replacing the raids is Void Knight and Red Goblin. Void Knight will have some value in this upcoming season at Cosmic Crucible, but as soon as the new raid launches, I think Venom, Gwenom, Carnage gets dropped. Now, Venom is kind of getting dropped right now for Super Scroll, the bio section of the Orchis raids, but I think you still build these guys. But as soon as you can beat whatever raid you're doing, then just stop investing, because yeah, you want to put your resources to some of the more other valuable teams. And the first non-raid, non-arena team that I want to mention is the Mercs for money. They're going to be very valuable in War, one of the top War teams right now. Also very valuable in Cosmic Crucible. They're great for countering the Annihilators in Cosmic Crucible. Some combination of these guys involving Old Man Logan, Pandapool, maybe Deadpool, maybe Dawkins. Usually Deathpool's on the new Warriors for Cosmic Crucible, but they can beat most anything in War right now. And you can get some value from Old Man Logan in Arena if you don't have any of the Mythic characters, if you don't see Apocalypse, Super Skrull, Mephisto, the Annihilator combo. Now, Gore does counter Old Man Logan, but you can still beat them with Old Man Logan. So you can still kind of use him in Arena if you're in an older, if you're in a newer shard without some of the more Mythic characters. But yeah, Mercs for money, gonna give you some huge value in War. They are the counter to the Alpha Flight, easy counter to the Alpha Flight. And yeah, I use them all the time in Cosmic Crucible. So this is a great team to build. And one of the top Cosmic Crucible teams right now is the Illuminati. I've been placing them on defense, but they are beasts on offense in Cosmic Crucible as well. And they counter a lot in War also. So you're going to get War value. You're going to get Cosmic Crucible value. I took Hank Pym, Black Panther Shuri into Dark Dimension 8 as well. And if you have enough stars on Captain Britain to take him into Dark Dimension, that would be a good character to bring into Dark Dimension. Black Bolt, Mr. Fantastic are going to round out that team if you have Captain Britain. If you don't have Captain Britain, Iron Man is going to round out that team. And yeah, they're very good in War, very good in Cosmic Crucible. Does not have a lot of raid value right now or arena value, so temper your expectations with this, but a lot of the Illuminati are used in Battle World as well. So good team. They're very, very useful, and yeah, they're gonna help you a lot in Cosmic Crucible and War. Now, for the 10th team, there's not one cookie cutter team that's gonna impact everyone's roster the same. So what you choose for this 10th will depend on which game mode you enjoy the most. And like I said previously, I think Arena and the Raids are the two most important game modes, but everyone has different enjoyment and evaluations for War, Crucible, and Battle World. And full disclosure, I did start making this video before it was announced that Battle World is going away temporarily. So I'm still going to discuss the 3 teams that you could fit into that 10th spot, but you may want to hold off on investing into that Battle World team until we know exactly when it's coming back. And there is only one team that is specific to Battle World, and that is the Astral team. Now, I don't think anybody is investing in this team because they enjoy Battle World. I think the only reason you would invest in this team is so that you could get more null shards and have your alliance improve on those ranking rewards for Battle World. But as of right now, as of me recording this, it's the Battle World is not coming back until the beginning of 2025. So you may want to hold off on this. Now, the Astral team will give you value in War, especially if you have all their Awaken abilities. And they're pretty good in Cosmic Crucible. On offense and defense, they're a pretty good team. So this team does have some value until Battle World returns. But mainly the reason you want to invest in this team is for Battle World and those null shards, improve your alliance's ranking in those Battle World rankings. If Cosmic Crucible is the game mode that you value more than Battle World, more than War, well, Cabal is going to solve a lot of problems for you. Every single battle in Cosmic Crucible, I'm using the Cabal to counter one of the teams that my opponent has on defense. They pair well with Kang, Titania, but other villains fit into that spot as well. Even heroes, although villains are going to get the most benefit from Cabal, but Cabal, they're not as valuable in War, and I don't really use them in other game modes. Once in a while, if the room needs that for Battle World, then I will use them there. But Cabal, very, very good team. They're needed for kiln towers and other things like that, and maybe unlocking certain legendary characters. But Cabal, very, very good in Cosmic Crucible, not very good in other game modes. They're okay in other game modes, but if you really value Cosmic Crucible, this is the way to go for your 10th team. And as of me recording this, only 3 of the 5 members of the Absolute A-Force are in the game. But if War is what you are valuing in Marvel Strike Force, well, this is going to be one of the top War teams that is coming. So Kahori, Medusa, Miss Marvel Classic, they're going to give you value in outside of War as well. Probably value in Cosmic Crucible, maybe other game modes when we have towers. Maybe Dark Dimension, you might consider taking them in there, but this is the direction you should go if War is the value for you. So they're going to give you a lot of value in War. As you've seen from the testing on the playtest server, they are so strong, and they were so strong that they needed to be reworked before they were even released. So wouldn't break the game. But yeah, this is the way to go if War is valuable for you. And those are the 10 teams I picked for the most valuable teams in Marvel Strike Force that you need to win right now. You probably need those Mythic characters as well, but if you're just trying to build teams, these are the teams to build. 9 teams that everybody should build, and that 10th team depends on what game mode you like. Are there some teams that I forgot? Are there some teams that you're using right now that Marvel Strike Force would be horrible if you didn't have them? Let me know down in the comments. And if you got some value from this video, leave it a like. And if you want to see what are the best things to purchase in every single store in the game right now, check out the video up there, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Hog Fist Pump ValleyFlyin out.